watching Pixels Dry.
Alright, yeah, this is Watching Pixels Dry. My name is Mycopath. So, as you may have heard last week, we had a bit of a minor falling out with Sammy.
We had to get rid of a piece of shit.
He completely betrayed our trust. We had one rule when we made the podcast, and that was never lie about what beverage you're drinking. He betrayed that trust. So treason. We're aiming for sort of the gallows.
Trash.
But for now, okay, I get it. For now, we are shopping for replacements. So this week we are joined by Elmrealm. Hello, Elm.
Yeah. Hi.
Elmrealm.
The Elmrealm.
The Elmrealm.
The
Okay,
one who
hold
gets
on.
ignored by content creators he makes art for.
Did you hear that? Did you hear my drink?
No.
I did not know.
These
Crap.
spoke over it. That's fine.
Here, hold on.
Oh
is that
shit!
beautiful?
What you got?
Okay, you're on
bit of
thin
Foley
ice,
there
pal.
for
You're
you?
on thin ice. You don't act like you open a drink. You drink a drink. You.
No, that sounded.
This is a bad first step, Elm. How are we going to be co-hosts?
That's
Well,
gonna get
I
some
can tell
marks
you what it
point. You're gonna
is.
get some points marked off for that, Elm.
Yeah.
Any of you
We
guys
are
got
grading
drinks?
you. We are studying you. We're grading you.
I
and we're
just
going
finished
to
a
classify
Dr.
you by
Pepper,
units.
and I hated it.
I've
did
got
not study.
a drink here. I am
Speak up,
drinking
speak
some.
up, Elm. Speak up, Elm.
Oh, yeah. I didn't study for the test. I'm sorry.
You didn't study. Okay,
Fair.
that's. Okay, we don't need two Rowans here.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
no, we have to talk about. I think that's the first thing we have to talk about. So, we were originally late to film this podcast because we're always late to film this when we plan to. It was originally because of me, because I woke up late and I had to go get groceries because there was nothing to drink in my house. The water is fucking full of lead. Yada yada yada. And Rowan
Tasty.
was actually being responsible for once because he was yelling at me to get my fucking ass on the podcast, and I was proud of him a little bit for it.
Yeah, even I eased up. I wasn't pushing quite as hard as Rowan was.
And then we all got on the call, except for
Yeah.
one motherfucker.
And you'll never guess who it is. No else but Rowan stay in 3D.
Guys.
You have a good-
I have something to forgive.
I mean-
Forgive me for this. Listen. That is my beverage.
That was the worst.
Okay, he's like 5 minutes late.
Please
God
forgive
damn
me.
it.
I have a
So-
beverage.
So, Rowan, I was like, I'm sorry I was late. I'm sorry about that. That's my fault. And then it's like, oh, wait. Where's Rowan? He was the one yelling that we should get going. And he just wasn't fucking here for 30 minutes.
And I want to stress, this happens maybe a minute and a half after everyone in the chat says, "Let's go."
Yeah. Yep.
And now Rowan has
Yeah.
a good explanation this time. And this time alone.
This time.
Your computer shat itself because you were playing mobile games and it couldn't handle it. It couldn't handle Subway Surfer.
How dare you?
What were you playing?
Man was playing Neo Mushroom on Blue
I was
Stacks.
I was playing Heyday.
You were playing Singing
Heyday?
Monsters and it couldn't handle the.
You know Clash of Clans? It's like they made it before Clash of Clans farming. I go on it
Yeah,
every
it
so
started
often.
with the ba-ba-ba-da-da-da, and then
Yeah.
It's also almost 1 a.m. Where me and
It
Rowan
is.
are, and my sleep schedule is finally back to normal, so I'm tired.
Mine's not.
So, with all the formalities out of the way, why don't we talk about something else?
Something.
We have famous TikTok artist Elmrealm.
Yes.
In the call.
famous.
Wonderful, should be famous artist Elmrealm.
Almost famous.
Creator of the character, more famous than Garfield himself, Frog Wizard.
Frog Wizard popped
What?
off on TikTok.
Uh,
How many views did
Yeah.
he get?
Well-
2 million.
Almost 2 million.
Jesus.
That's insane. All from that one video
I'm
of a funny
super
frog
happy about
dancing.
It's like I posted that second one on a whim too, just as like people wanted a live video of it, and that was the one that popped off. Like,
The algorithm, man,
it's always the
it's an
stuff you
interesting
never
beast.
expect.
nope.
Oh.
It is an interesting beast.
But yeah,
like with my fucking viral video, the kid. It's like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The black
The
child
child.
walking.
Damn.
7
child.
million views of a small black Lego character walking on a grey base plate. I got 7 million
Did
views.
you think that was gonna be your magnum opus, Mike? Did you ever?
Oh,
think
shut up.
that-
Magnum opus. In a literal sense, yes. In a figurative sense, no.
I think I'm the only one who like posted something that's related to like their main project. That's the thing that like make me pop off on
Oh,
TikTok.
to be you.
Yeah, I posted my
Well,
secret
I
stuff
mean-
animation, and then that's the thing that fucking blew up.
I mean, Frog Wizard is part of my main stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, that's-
Oh
true.
yeah, it is, isn't it? That's true.
Yeah.
Because
Did you
he's,
see
kind of
my
he's
bubble?
kind of a non-diegetic character. At least for now.
Yeah, I mean, like, he can fit into pretty much anything that I need him to. Like, I mean, I have my comic Enchanted. You can check it out on
Yes,
my
you
TikTok.
should check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, like there's like a ton of stuff that I want to do with him. Like I have a whole story. I mean, like when it comes down to it, I would want to make an RPG if I could.
Hell yeah.
But I'm safe with just expanding the world through the comic and showing everyone what
Just do a
Enchanted
D&D
is.
campaign.
I would love to do a D&D campaign. I just never have played D&D and
Neither have
never
I.
never even like touched it.
Neither of them.
But
I
I'm a
want
big
to,
fan of
'cause-
stuff like that.
That's a big thing that's been popping off. I've seen like on like Twitch and YouTube and like all that shit. Is people just playing D&D and then like they add a few visuals for the actions and then it gets like fucking nuts.
There's a VR game called Demio, which is essentially just D&D in VR.
Ooh, that'd
And
be
it looks
cool.
like it's essentially, it takes place on the D&D like game board, but you get to inhabit the characters on the board. And it
I've
looks
seen that.
it looks, yeah, me and you were gonna buy it and then we ended up not doing it because we didn't have enough friends on VR.
I mean,
So
what was
now
it?
it
Isn't
doesn't
there
matter
that,
anyway.
Yeah.
Rubber Ross's like Dungeons and Dragons thing for Minecraft that he's
Oh
been working on.
yeah, I remember that.
Oh, what the mod? What goblins and or whatever it's called?
Slimes and
Oh yeah, slimes and
ladders.
yeah, slimes and ladders. Yeah.
Just Candyland.
What's it called? It's like, damn.
God,
I have
I feel like a
Dali
fake
prompts
fan.
if anyone's interested in making anything.
Not on the pod.
On pod. On
On
pod.
pod.
Oh,
On pod.
God, Rowan, you piece of shit.
Another thing. So last week I made an animated clip of episode 1 of the podcast. I
Yay.
posted it on TikTok and it got 76,000 views. So anyone who is here because of that video, thank you so much. It's really cool. I'm also just really happy with how that animation came out. I think the big like brick built head for when someone being loud, it just hits so good in Lego for some reason.
It does.
Uh,
I only had like one issue with that, and that was that like my coat was not
tried-
at all like matched the
I
frame
tried
rate.
so
I know you tried.
hard.
It looked good still. It just didn't match the frame rate, and I was like, oh, okay.
I don't know how to change the frame rate of a cloth animation. I haven't figured that part
that's
out
fair.
yet.
Skill
but-
issue. Skill issue.
It is a skill issue. It's a skill that I'm trying to conquer. But overall, I'm really happy with how that came out, and I'm probably going to do some more. At some point, I want to do an animated clip of the ending of last episode. Just give Sammy a last hurrah before he's officially, fired from the company.
Yeah. We are a company, by the
Yeah,
way.
we
have
are-
merch
we are
on the way.
government,
We have
yeah.
a VR game coming.
Yep, we've got a trademark. We've got patent pending.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a real
of,
game, Grump. So we're gonna make a
now.
game that panders to Tumblr.
Anyone that listens to this, you're actually being dragged into the NDA right now, so don't tell anyone you heard this.
Where's my pay?
Are you stupid?
Rowan, you are an intern.
Oh.
You are legally classified as an intern. We can do whatever we want with you. Shut up.
So true.
Oh wow! So, am I an intern? Because
No, you're Elmrealm. You're awesome. Anyone over
You're,
10k,
you're
anyone
a
over
hired
10k
talent.
followers on TikTok is not classified as an intern.
I would like
You're an
to tell you,
influencer.
I have.
You see. You have to
I
now.
have
You have to now
5.
market all of our products. Elmrealm. It's non-negotiable.
Okay.
I have five follower, I think.
It's 'cause you
That
don't
sounds like
post
4
anything.
more than you deserve.
What was my chat? What was the channel? What was the name?
What,
What name?
of your own TikTok page?
Rowan Stein 3D.
Bro is such a fake fan, he
Ah.
doesn't even know his own TikTok.
Oh, I forgot.
9
I
views.
uploaded once, got shadow banned, then never again.
You have
You
dementia.
didn't get shadow banned. You're not posting anything.
Shadow
You
ban.
One
This
thing
is
fucked
third
up.
week in
Shadow
a row
ban.
that you've mentioned this.
Shadow banned.
Post a new one. I'm not saying this again.
just-
Elm, do you know about that? Do you know how
No,
Rowan
yeah,
got
no.
fucked?
Rowan
have-
complained about it in text
I've been
chat
listening
earlier.
to the podcast. I'm a fan.
That's good to hear.
I'm a Rowan Stein fan.
It's a fan of
all
Rowan
four.
only, not the podcast.
The
Well,
singular
no, I'm a
fan.
fan of the podcast.
The singular fan.
Elm and Mike are like two weird examples of how I met people online. Because like up until YouTube, the only time I ever met like artists that I like became friends with, it was always me finding like a huge artist and then getting into their Discord, talking to them. Elm and Mike both reached out to me first. and
Yeah,
I was
because
surprised.
you're fucking cool.
What simps? I would never
Fucking-
reach out to
Did,
you.
was both of it from
I
Beanbag
thought you
Boys?
reached out to me.
Did I reach out to you?
You probably
I
met because
reacted to your video.
I
and, like,
definitely-
commented.
Yeah.
I definitely reached out to both of you because both of you ended up being artists in the texture pack.
Yeah.
And
I
I guess
dementia in this chat.
that's a lot coming from you, buddy.
True.
Thank you, Rowan, for talking about visual shit in the chat
yeah.
and the
Also,
audio podcast.
also, thank you for throwing me off my train of thought. But yeah,
I best.
Shut up! God damn it! Mike, please go.
I was just leaving a nice dead space for me to cut all that out. So yes, I met both DC and Elm via my texture pack, and I wanted to have them both in as guest artists to do a painting, and they sort of joined the community, posted their art in the art chat that we had, and connections were just sort of made from that, mutuals over TikTok. We were just this nice little echo chamber
Aaron
of cool.
Fetcher brought us together.
Oh yeah, Aaron Fetcher. Jesus.
Elm, do you know who Aaron Fetcher is?
Not by name.
Oh no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Long story
he's,
short, he's William Afton in real life. He founded Showbiz Pizza, and he's fucking insane.
There's a Monstrosities video that I still have to edit. I have to edit the video still. It's like 3 hours, and it's a 45-minute video going through this guy's warehouse and him talking. And it's just us reacting to it in horror over all the shit in there. It's fucking nuts. He invented whack-a-mole. That's the
Yes.
first thing.
What?
Also,
He's the inventor of whack-a-mole who got stolen by Hasbro.
he has at least 4 copies of an animatronic version of Paul McCartney's head, one of which was placed in a gas chamber at one point.
And did a Michael Jackson dance
Yep.
that the
Okay, is this
military
on
paid
YouTube?
for.
This is on YouTube. Yeah. Honestly, you
Please
could
send me
probably
a
make
link
a whole.
later.
I will get you the link like right now while someone else talks about something.
This is fake. You're gaslighting.
No, it's not, Rowan.
not.
There's also,
Rowan, we
oh my
watched it.
god, the clown. No.
the-
We have to go in order. So then he tried to make a new form of fuel source. Like he tried to make a new type of energy. And he blew up the warehouse twice.
Yeah,
One of the
he's trying
times
to make
shattered.
something called what's it called?
Hydrilium,
Carbohydrilium.
Yeah. But he fucking shattered all the windows in the town he's in with a shockwave of it.
Okay.
He lives in
I'm not
Florida, by the
kidding.
way.
What?
All of this is real. Oh yeah, he took a gorilla animatronic to the Middle East and it got bombed.
Yep. Because it
That
was
happened.
against because they thought it
What
was
the
against
f-
God.
What is that?
I told you, he's William Afton in real life. I'll put the thumbnail up on screen right now for anyone wondering. Go watch that video if you're listening to this podcast. When you finish this episode, you need to go watch that because I promise you, the building that is being walked through in this video is rectangular. That's all I'll say. It feels like a maze. I promise the building is rectangular. You can look it up on Google.
There's one more thing I have to mention about this thing, and then there's like nothing else we could talk about because we will talk about it for the rest of the fucking podcast. There's an evil clown animatronic that
Oh,
just
this
that just sits there and they don't remember what it does.
Also, though, Aaron Fector is a racist. So
Oh
fuck him.
yeah, he says the N-word. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
There's a
He puppeted
video.
one of the
Yeah,
animatronics to say the N-word.
it's hilarious.
The guy in
but,
the video?
How dare he?
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
He there's a video that he made like an educational song, but the puppets is like,
I would never.
it's not okay to say, but he doesn't censor that word.
You
know?
can't be an outstanding figure, and then you get banned from Twitter. Or you get fired if you say the word.
And then he
it's
said
just
it.
What
And then he said
rhymes
it.
with figure?
Yeah, what rhymes with figure?
Trigger.
Oh my god.
This is too risky. Okay.
It is. It really is.
I'm just waiting for
Especially for
Rowan
me.
to like. I'm trying to be quiet so whatever Rowan says can just be cut out.
I'm just gonna talk normally, and then Mike's gonna put a beep so it sounds like I said it.
I'm just gonna beep out your entire.
He's
Your
just gonna
entire
be
audio.
trigger.
I'm just a sine wave.
Just gonna be this
beep the
entire
beginning of
sine
the word
wave throughout the
trigger
whole
that you
pod.
said.
The whole
You gotta
sine
be
Now-
wave.
careful with those beeps too.
You know what's mad?
Yeah.
We
We
were
should
having
get
a really
yourself about it.
cohesive conversation before Rowan got here.
Yeah. I have that back people.
Oh no! It's the curse. It's the curse of Rowan.
Okay, DC,
What?
give us some news.
Okay, Elon Musk and Twitter are having a nasty divorce because Elon said that he's gonna buy Twitter, and everyone freaked out about it. And then his stock fell, and so he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy Twitter. Fuck that." Also, Twitter was lying about how much like spam bots it has on its site, and so Elon was like, "Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna buy Twitter. I'm walking away." And Twitter said, "No, you have to pay us $1 billion if you walk away." And now everyone is just like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like, the people who own Twitter want Elon to buy it so fucking bad that they're making him pay $1
Yeah, they
billion.
want to
don't
make they want
own
to make
Twitter.
fat money.
Please.
Some people are like, "I'm gonna go to Tumblr." It's like, no, you're not, because Tumblr is a sack of shit.
Tumblr literally
bad,
banned the
too.
word Tumblr from their own like the Tumblr banned list. Jesus, but that's another.
It's
can of
so
worms.
that's such a weird thing that happened, because it was like Tumblr was like known as the place where like, oh yeah, it's like super PC and like it's super like censored with everything, and like, oh, you or not censored, but like people will scream at you for doing like the most minute shit. But then like there was all types of porn just on there that just
Yep.
was, and it was just free. It was really like one of those uncensored places for porn ever.
I
but-
think that's part of the reason the ban thing happened, because like shit got really out of hand into
hand.
illegal bad stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's also the thing. Like, Pornhub had a similar thing happen to it,
And
where
Reddit,
it just
but like
yeah.
Tumblr is managed by morons, so
Well, no, it
All
was
of
a
them are
thing where
managed by morons.
Apple and Google were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you off of our stores, our app stores, if you don't like
fix this
ban a lot
right
of the
now.
porn that you have on there." And they were like, "Oh shit, okay." And they just did it. Pornhub was such a weird thing because it just fucked over. It was really just a lazy solution. Because the reason it happened, basically, Pornhub banned all like unverified creators from doing anything on there,
Yeah,
and they deleted all their shit.
this is
and-
because young women were being trafficked.
Yeah, and like a
I
lot
mean,
of bad shit was on there. But also, it was just because like it was because the credit card companies they had were like, "Hey, there's a lot of shit on your site. Clean it, or we're not gonna like work with you anymore." And so they did that.
That's such a risky joke.
They did it in a
Glad you didn't.
God, Rowan. They did it in a
It
really
was
like lazy way
ridiculous.
though, where they didn't do any like moderation of it. They just says, "Oh yeah, if you're unverified, we're banning you, and like we're gonna delete all your shit." And that fucked over just like artists who were just making shit and like animations and posting it on there. It fucked
Yeah.
over like sex workers who were just trying to get some cash from it, and it was just
Yep.
like the dumbest shit ever.
It was.
Yeah.
Thankfully-
I mean, why spend a lot of money doing the right thing when you could just do the wrong thing?
When you can, I don't
and,
know, like,
screw everyone over.
Yeah, sweep it under
And
the
then
carpet.
OnlyFans almost did the same thing, and they got such backlash.
That
They-
shit was
I remember that.
hilarious. I've never seen a company walk back on something harder.
Imagine
Because
that
they were gonna
went through.
ban like porn in general off of there, and then it was just
Yeah.
Then
like,
it's just Patreon.
Okay.
Why would I use
Yeah.
shit Patreon?
It's a shitty Patreon. That's it. I tried Patreon recently, by the way, and it's not that good.
Patreon
Just like you
is
tried it.
really bad at telling your fans when you put new stuff out.
Yeah, but just like as a frame for a user, I got the cold ones, Patreon because like there's a bunch of shit they censor all the time in their videos. By the way, they kind of baited with it because there's a video where they're like, "Oh yeah, we got this camera thing, and we're gonna put it up Chad's ass." And then I was like, "Okay, morbid curiosity, I have to see that." So I got the Patreon. I went to look at it. They don't put it up his ass. It's really annoying. But also, like, the site was just having a fucking fit the entire time I was trying to use it.
Like, that could be that it's the cold one's Patreon, though.
No, that was just Patreon in general. Like, it wouldn't load anything. It would just freeze the entire site. And then, like, stutter to life 5 minutes later. It was stupid.
Patreon works for me.
I mean, I have a...
Yeah, I'm not a
but...
patron of many creators, like a handful.
Yeah.
Sex workers, I sure hope they do.
Are they even on Patreon? I thought they didn't like people doing
They
sex
they
things.
are fine. They don't do sex workers, but they're fine with porn artists.
They are very inconsistent with that too, though.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
you don't understand. It's
people get knocked off for dumb reasons.
They're like Disney, where like if you get like the lightest shit accused to you, like, oh yeah, this is a thing that happened recently that everyone on Twitter was freaking out about. Some Indian woman who worked for Disney made a joke that Kamala Harris feels like she just has an earpiece in her ear underwater and she tries to translate to English.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's just a thing saying that she's brain dead and she can't speak. And then like this guy just started saying, oh, Disney, are you okay with your employees making these like offensive jokes that are racially motivated? It's like, what? What are you talking about? It's like such a weird fucking thing. And it's like, it's the same thing with Patreon. Like, there are people who are just like, get criticized by people who are on Patreon. And then they're like, Patreon, are you okay with like this misogynistic video about me? And it's because like, yeah, the creator happens to be a woman that's being criticized, but it's not like a misogynistic video. And it's just like such a weird fucking... I don't get it. I don't get how that shit fucking happens.
Why are we forced to fucking love the internet and hate the internet at the same time?
Bro, I just don't use social media. It works for me.
I think it's because we have like we have an idea of the internet that it used to be when we were like kids.
True.
I mean, I have the idea of what it was when I was a kid, and it was a lot less regulated. It was the Wild West, but it also was less likely for people to like see you, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a lot less likely to make a living off the internet.
Oh yeah, living off the internet wasn't even a fucking concept. Like, hardly even. Or it was,
but it's something that like was only associated with like scam artists and shit like that.
Scam artists and Smosh.
Yeah.
Smosh.
But like now, it's just like you have like a 50% chance if you start putting out shit regularly. You have like a 50% chance of eventually being able to make some money off the internet.
Or alternatively, yeah, if you just like put out some garbage shit that like has no... I mean, I can rant about TikTok forever. I've got a very love-hate relationship with that app, especially with how content is promoted and the kind of stuff that I keep seeing. But like,
did they start adding, for anyone else, did they start adding like a lot of ads?
I get an ad like every 2 scrolls now.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is that?
A bad block.
You don't use TikTok.
On TikTok. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I don't get any ads then.
But the way the ads are really annoying too, because like for a thing like YouTube, it's like it just shows up and it's clear that it's an ad because it marks itself very clearly as like the yellow thing at the bottom, and it's got like, it changes the color of the bar on the bottom to yellow.
Yeah.
All that shit. On TikTok though, it just treats it like it's another video, and then it says sponsored in like small letters.
Or like
at the bottom.
A tiny little hashtag ad, and it's like in like a semi-opaque text that you could hardly read.
Like, it's
I've
really
trained
fucking
myself
scummy
to recognize that.
Yeah. I actually, Ron, the video I sent you earlier about the cooling pad, that was an actual like B&M ad.
Pad?
Like,
the cooling.
Yeah,
pad.
the cooling. So Ron was overheating today because it's hot as fuck in England right now.
Oh yeah.
And I sent Ron this video that was like, oh, you should get this cooling pad from B&M, and it's like, it's for dogs, but if you put it in your bed, you're gonna be fucking chilling. Literally. Yeah. And then I realized, oh, this is an ad from B&M. But like, Ron, you watched the video. It's probably one of the most convincing ads I've seen. Like, it just feels
B&M?
Like the department store.
It's kind of like, it's not at all like it actually, but it's just like, it's comparable to when you know, like in the 80s when they were making like a bunch of cartoon series and it was only to sell toys.
It's
like
host selling.
Transformers,
It's a
Ninja
crime.
Turtles. Yeah, but they're just doing it in such like a sneaky way. They're like barely getting by it.
The hashtag,
legally.
that tiny little hashtag ad is the thing that stops them from calling it host selling, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's just like such a scummy way to do shit. It's like, just sell me a product. Like, I would be so much happier because ads these days are just so fucking obsessed with not appearing as ads. Like, every fucking Apple commercial is trying to make itself look like a fucking, like, shitty music video.
Yeah.
Where they have, like, a bunch of beats and, like, the phone's flying in the fucking air in a black void. And it's just like, oh, yeah, the AirPod 5 multi fuck ass, whatever the fuck.
Advertising just isn't exciting anymore. Like,
I feel like it
the
used
old,
to be. Though.
yeah, the old Xbox and PS2 ads. Like, do you remember that shit? They were so weird and just like.
Oh, I love how weird those were.
They got your
that
attention.
meme
That
is
was
so
their
funny.
point.
I'm putting that one on screen. That is so good.
It's just like, it's such an easy thing to make like an ad that's just honest and entertaining. It's easy to do it. I feel people were complaining about it back in the day when like Geico started doing the caveman ads, right? And like that was all they started doing, and every company was like trying to do something similar. But at least it was like trying to just show off the product and just be like, oh yeah, and like here's a funny little character that we put some effort into.
Do you remember the first time you saw the Geico creature or Joe or Flo? What's her name from Progressive? Like, I remember the first time I saw Flo
Joe
from
Flo.
Progressive.
Creature.
We're talking about, this is very America-centric, but are there some...
Yeah.
Rowan, Go Compare.
What the fuck?
Like those kind of characters, like the characters in adverts. Like, that was such a big
I like the
swell
autoglass
in the
jingle.
in the
Put
early,
Put on the
like...
autoglass jingle.
What the fuck is Go Compare?
It's like 877 cash now,
Goku's kid.
but here.
Oh!
But
Or it's like the fucking that car commercial that everyone like sings because it's so fucking catchy.
but 800
FFRE, that spells free,
588.
creditrecourt.com,
Oh, no.
baby.
Yeah,
that
800
one
588 2300 Empire today.
Oh yeah, that one. God, for some reason those are making a comeback. Like those types of
Good.
animation things.
I
No,
think-
on TikTok.
Oh,
Like, people are just posting car commercials that are in that exact same animation style on TikTok a lot. I've sent a few to you guys.
advertising is
choking.
just so fucking boring. Have you seen those shitty Tinder ads on TikTok?
Oh yeah.
They're so, like, with the terrible peaking audio singing about how they're bisexual. Like,
is so sick.
how is Tinder only now allowing bisexual sort of stuff? That is fucking stupid. I can't believe
It
that.
is, yeah.
Secondly, what garbage, just lazy ad. And thirdly, yes,
It's-
Rowan, Tinder is shit.
It's just like such a weird thing that like it's like these TikTok people who are like, I'm an actor, I want to be an actor, and like they're a TikTok star or
I
whatever the
want to
fuck.
be the next SNL cast
And-
member.
Oh,
Land of the free,
no.
home of the brave, home of the land of the,
Land of the brave,
AR-15.
home of the brave.
And everyone just called him Matt Pat because he just sounded like him.
Oh, Jake Novak, come on the podcast.
No,
Oh,
don't
God.
want to talk to
No,
him.
no.
Come on the pog.
Don't.
I'm not even. I might
off
not
on
even
Paul.
be here, and I still don't want him here. Like, come on.
Jake,
But
I
it's just
respect
like-
the grind, but like, damn, bro, you gotta work
That's
on
not
that.
what I'm talking about, though. Not that type of thing. I'm talking about like the people who do like the voices, who are like, I just bought this new thing and I want you to get it. Oh my god, here's a day in my life, and
This
then they like,
is- That's
oh,
like,
and like it's a mansion, and they're like, this thing makes my life so much easier. It's like,
that's
why
why
the
I'm
fuck are you putting that
struggling-
voice on?
I'm struggling so much with like thinking about sponsorships on my TikTok
Yeah.
for that exact reason. Because one, the type of content I make does not lend itself well to being advertised to.
You can
Secondly,
make a banging Raid Shadow Legends ad.
this pod is probably the best place to get sponsorships, just because it's
Yeah,
easy
but
to slip
also,
them in. Like, we could get a
There's
Nord
just one
sponsorship
thing you
right
gotta
now.
do, Mike. There's just one thing you have to do, and it's not do your influencer voice. That's it. And it's like it's a less annoying ad. That's it.
Do you
saying
love going on
lean
new
more
grounds in the
into that.
NSFW section?
Yeah,
Turn on
it's like that
NordVPN.
shit.
Yeah.
Why do people do that?
Because
I hate
people
that.
watch.
Just talk like a person.
People
Fucking
watch.
stop.
Do it
When I
funny.
made
it's
Minecraft
better.
content, when I put on that voice, videos did better. It sucked. I hated it, but it worked.
because it's just like it's the thing
I'm
that
a brand risk.
it's something that all Minecraft people started doing, right? I think Dream started it probably, where he's like, today in this video and today on Minecraft, me and my friends are gonna fuck each other silly, and it's like, fucking shut up.
Damn, I didn't see
I'm
that
so
one. Link.
sick of it. Ugh.
I've seen that video.
Link.
It's just like it fucking ruined all Minecraft creators for me, because so many Minecraft creators just immediately went to being like over edited,
Yeah.
fucking gimmicky sacks of shit. Listen, I don't like Dream now. I liked Dream when he made like his coding videos.
I like
Where,
Dream when he made
it
his
was just-
comedy
yeah.
videos. Like his fake 1.15 update video was unironically funny to me the first time I saw it. Like the next
talking
update
about, like-
is Granny's house, and you're gonna
talking
find
about-
find Granny's house and some pie.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Wasn't
that,
there a
yeah.
clip where he was just blatantly racist?
Oh yeah,
with
that's
that?
in that
Yeah.
video though. It's funny. It's kind of funny though.
But like,
There's like he's
Fucking-
like we got Steve for guys, Alex for girls, and now we've got
Jaquan or
Tyrone.
yeah, fucking god.
He
was
he
just
tried
like-
so hard to wipe that off the
But-
internet, but everyone knows.
But I liked his old videos where it was just like him and George and like, oh yeah, we added grappling hooks into Minecraft and we're gonna try to get to the end. Because that was like a cool, like, creative thing. You put like,
Yeah.
By the way, I hate that he just acted like those videos never happened when he got accused of cheating. He's like, I've never even coded before. Meanwhile, in all of his old videos, me and my friend George coded it so that Minecraft did this. And it's like, what the fuck? Just go back to doing that. It's fun. Do that. Please.
Actually, on content, I was in call with Sammy pre-firing, and we were like looking at my TikTok page, and I'm actually approaching having done more Lego content than Minecraft content, which is crazy because I've been doing Lego content for like a quarter of the time.
You're escaping the curse.
I am. Okay. Obviously, me and Aiden both are very fond of the texture pack, but it's too much work.
Yeah.
But also, I did not like being a Minecraft creator.
Yeah.
The people I met were lovely. Sharkbait, I love you. You're a lovely guy.
Yeah.
But I just
think
don't like
you
being
just-
in the Minecraft content community because it's
Yeah.
exhausting. And
I feel like you just got sick of Minecraft in general, too.
I did. I got tired. It was just too much stress and
Yeah.
work and not enough output. And I was
This
constantly
game
like,
runs
I was
at
like
10
eating
frames.
myself away thinking about
Yeah.
how to make my next video, and that's gone away a lot on TikTok because nowadays I'm like, for the last couple months I've kind of been like, okay, don't go like 3 days without making a video, but with the podcast I've slowed down a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
if I put out an
There've been, like,
animation like once a week, I'm happy.
Yeah, there
And it
have been
can
a
be
few
whatever
times
I
though
want.
where like I started a Minecraft thing and I was like, "Hey, we want to like do a small like survival world together." And Mike, you're just like, "No, I don't want to do that. Please,
I
no."
would.
Yeah, Rowan, you would, but Mike is just like, "No, I don't want to play Minecraft. I'm sick of it."
I don't like playing Minecraft. I just
I
liked
can
making
put in
Minecraft look
self-servers
pretty.
and everything.
Well, here's a confession for you guys.
Yes.
I've never played Minecraft.
Oh, that's
Aw.
strange.
So
That is
It-
wait,
it is.
really?
Yeah, no, not once.
Honestly, I feel like if you're a new player and you go into it now, it might be a little bit overwhelming at first just to learn and figure everything out. But I think you would still have fun. I think
Bro, the
that the main
warden.
reason why Minecraft has fallen
Oh.
off so much is because we've played it for like 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
No, it's because they keep promising stuff and updates and never do
Well,
it.
that
it's
too,
like
but-
Star Citizen on
I'm
steroids.
still waiting
Like-
for archaeology.
You're not gonna get that, not even in 1.20.
No.
So
Like, didn't they do like the mob vote thing that started like 4 years ago or some bollocks, where there was like 3 mobs and the community chooses, and they said
Yep.
the other mobs would come eventually.
they said that
And
with everyone.
they
That's with
haven't
every mob vote,
for
and it never
any of
does.
Yeah, no, of course they didn't.
Blatant lies.
We've got the
Mob
shitty
voting.
LA, which I fucking hate, and it's just like,
Oh
it's
man,
the
I
worst. It's the fucking worst.
I'm still waiting to eventually see the Great Hunger in the game. The Great Hunger was my favorite of any mob vote. Fucking
What
loved
was
that?
that?
Thing. That was it was like a
fuck was that?
boulder that was also
Oh,
a
yeah.
bear trap. It was
It's
a
kinda
bear
like a
trap
mini
disguised as a
rock.
boulder, and it was sick.
Yeah. It's just like, but I feel like if Elm, like, he picked it up and started playing it now, I feel like you'd have a good time with it for a while.
Oh,
It's
probably,
just-
yeah.
We've played it for so long that we're like, okay, we've played this for so long that we need new content,
Yeah.
which they should be delivering on, right? Because we're like kind of like their target audience,
It's cap.
but it's just not happening.
The
They're just
modding,
not giving
I
us
think the
that
game
much
would
new
be
content.
popping off harder if they were more mod friendly for recent updates, because if the classic mods were getting ported to these new versions, holy shit, biggest game ever, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Everything's
but
starting
no,
to look
they're
like
too
12
busy focusing
from
on
like
Bedrock
6
Bedrock,
years ago.
with its community.
and it's like, fuck Bedrock. All my homies hate Bedrock.
Yeah. Fuck Bedrock. Don't play Bedrock. Elm. If you ever play Minecraft, don't play Bedrock.
Use Bedrock.
Bedrock is the Windows 10 version of the game that Microsoft really
port.
wants you to buy, and it's like scary
almost just
Russian
died.
Minecraft.
I almost just threw up and died. Holy fuck.
That would have been a podcast
Try
clip and a
again.
half.
What the fuck is happening to me? I just fucking ate chicken.
Oh, he was in a
Ugh.
chicken coma.
Oh,
A little bit. I got my fried chicken. It was my birthday, so I was like, I'm gonna splooge. I'm gonna get some of this chicken that I love. It's my favorite chicken place, but it's expensive. But I got some, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna chow down. And I ate like 5, and then I immediately passed out.
Oh, is that what happened?
It's so good, dude. It's so fucking good. I also got like a gallon of chocolate milk, so I can just chug that while I eat chicken.
Oh my
It's great.
god. That sounds so nice.
It's so fucking good, dude. It's amazing.
There's only like one good chicken place where I'm at, and it's like it's mimicking UK like fish and chips.
What is it?
Oh
Oh,
no. Ew,
Chippy.
no.
it's a chippy.
No, but it's actually good though. Like,
Is it?
Cause it's fresh and it's nice, and they make good fries, and the honey mustard's really good because, yeah. I mean they have fish and chips and chicken and chips.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just
Fucking,
like,
Bibsy has a KFC at the end of his street, the lucky fucker.
but KFC
Like,
sucks.
actually. Apparently, I heard this from all you Americans
KFC
say
in the
KFC
UK
sucks.
is like pretty good.
Well, yeah, because
Like,
you guys
they're
don't have like
different.
silicone in your fries
Yep.
and shit.
That was the funniest interaction. Okay, so
Oh, Elm, do
context
you know
here.
that?
Yeah.
What, the
Elm,
silicone in
McDonald's
we've
fries?
had a
fries have
very funny
silicone in them.
interaction.
So this funny thing happened where like we were talking about like food or some shit, and I just said your fucking fries have plastic in them. Look up the ingredients, and then
And I was so confident.
DC
I was like, no, they
proudly-
don't. Shut up. And I looked
proudly
it up.
reads out everything. Reads
I
out
start
this
reading
one
it out.
thing he doesn't
Shut
know.
up, Rowan. Shut up. Shut up.
God,
Shut up.
it's so
Fucking shut up.
good.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Fine.
Shut up.
Fine.
I start reading it out, and I'm like so confident. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's got like flour, potato starch, yeast, whatever the fuck. And then I say, and it also has a chemical in it. I'm like, oh, what's this chemical? It has to be like something that's fine,
You were
right?
like, it's
And I look it up.
carbohydrate, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh yeah,
Or
that's
also
probably
known
nothing.
as silicone. Also known as silicone. Oh. I immediately get shut the fuck down.
Whereas literally drinking
we've got
latex.
plastic in our bodies. That's the thing, and we're made of mostly of corn.
True, but in the UK, we
Yeah.
don't have silicone in the fries.
Yeah, they don't.
It's
Well,
just
you
oil.
guys can be non-corn plastic people, and
That's
we will be
awesome.
Corn is like our
plastic
main
people.
export, my guy, in America.
Okay, well, everyone else can be corn people. We'll be corn plastic people. So
Nice.
We got the hard corn that we eat. It's called plastic.
yeah, we're
Corn
hardcore.
loaf. Corn loaf.
So, Elm,
Yeah.
what can you tell us about your recent endeavors in art?
Okay. So you want me to talk about that, huh?
You can talk about whatever you want, but probably that.
Yeah. So recently I made an art piece for Ludwig Ogren's art contest, and originally I had been like drawing it like for like a month or two beforehand, just because I wanted to make something. I have this idea for like YouTube videos. I don't want to give away too much about it yet, but it's part of it. And then I saw he was like, "Oh, I'm doing an art contest and I'm giving away $2,000 to 4 winners." And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I'm a decent artist. I can win that." And I entered it, and it got into the running, and it was there with 64 others, and during the stream he was voting on them, and he decided that he was going to vote on them and that chat wouldn't vote on them for the first 2 rounds.
Nice.
And
I disagree with that. Off the bat.
it's a
That is weird.
low
It feels
choice.
backwards to do it like that.
It felt more like, well, his logic was that he didn't want to have 4 pieces that were so similar be at the top.
But
and
if they're
I was just
good,
like,
Then,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he had my piece up there next to another piece that was comparable in, like, it was comparable in artistic ability, but not comparable in subject matter, because, like, my thing was, like, this intense, like, Greek god drawing of him, or digital painting of him, and then the other one was his cats as sushi chefs, making sushi at a sushi bar. And what happened then was he was talking about, like, it's like, yeah, no, I get this piece. It's the God Gamer Gauntlet. It's, the Jump King, the Pogo Stuck, the Getting Over It with Bedded Foddy. But this piece over here, I really like this one, and it's funny. It's my cats, it's cool. And then he was just like, I'm gonna vote for this one, and the whole
Ludwig is
a lot
like
of the
if
chat
German
was like,
was straight and had a lobotomy.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I'm
That's,
an
like,
average
such a-
Ludwig enjoyer, yeah, but like there's
That's
times
such
where
a
I'm like,
weird thing. No,
nah.
that's weird. It's like, hey, he has a bunch of, like, references to my other content that I've made for, like, a while now. Oh, but this one has my cats in it doing it. And I want
I
to,
know.
I want to play devil's advocate too, right? Because I don't want it to come off as, like,
Oh, no.
you're just some, like, entitled artist who's just, like, complaining that he didn't get a thing in a creators contest. That's not what you are. It's just, like,
Or is it?
no. It's just...
no. Oh, well, I mean, I won $2,000. Who doesn't want $2,000?
Yeah.
However, like,
Sure.
it did hurt that he didn't talk about my piece that much, especially since he was in charge of voting on it. So he could have been like, "Oh, this is really cool. I
That's-
like this a lot.
this is
and
the
it looks
exact-
I really wanna
awesome."
see the clip.
However,
I wanna
I
see the
like this
clip of
other
that.
piece.
Yeah, how long ago was this album? Because I want to, find this.
Well, I don't think you're gonna find his stream, because it got taken down within like 20 minutes of it being up. It was like
Oh,
a couple days back. I mean, he might post it as like a VOD on the VOD channel, but I really doubt it, because he seemed like he just didn't want anything to do with it anymore, because he realized that he seemed like he didn't want to do it when he realized how much good art was in there and how he didn't want to have to discern between those things.
well then he should have
Yeah.
let chat vote.
Yeah, really. Like, that's it. Just like,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
if you're getting
absolutely.
overwhelmed, then why don't you just fucking...
Because it just makes him
Let
look
them do it.
like a dude bro, which he is. He is a dude bro, but
Make
I don't
chat
know.
vote.
Yeah, I would have
But,
been
just for
probably
reference,
just as
how long
upset,
ago
but-
was this stream?
This
Like, you
stream was
remember?
a couple days back. It was on. Ooh, what's today? Oh, he did it on Friday night.
Okay.
Okay, was it just a reserved thing for the art stream, or was it like a birthday thing too for him?
No, it wasn't it was not a birthday thing. He had set up the thing, about 30 days before the stream or so, and it was about 22 days or so for where he had the thing on the Reddit, and then was like, all right, and then the deadline's on Sunday, and then he was like, okay, and then the 20, no, not the 20, the 3rd, yeah, it was the 3rd of when the deadline was, and then he was like, and I'll do the stream on Friday, and yeah, so and I crunched, because I found out that he had the art thing at around way too late, with 4 days left, on the 29th. And then I just finished the piece in 4 days.
I think
It was
I'm,
not near done.
the thing that bugs
I'm legitimately
me
just looking. I'm looking at his Reddit, I'm looking at his YouTube, and there's just nothing about this for some fucking reason.
it's just been completely
Oh, yeah, no.
annexed from the community.
I mean,
I think the thing that bugs me about it, from my perspective, hearing your story about it, is that he actively acknowledged all of the detail you put in, and then did but this guy, but this guy over here, that's my cats.
yeah. And then what bugged me more than anything else is that later in the stream he was like, I'm gonna give another chance to like other pieces that seem to have like disputes on it and ones that I kind of liked that didn't get in, and I was like, okay, but he just kind of like he didn't think about like the first round or the second round. He thought about the rounds where the chat voted, and it was just like, oh, that really sucks. That really, because you know, like I was like looking at the chat and I remember seeing someone say, like seeing this thing of like someone was just like, oh, the poor artist, and I was like, yeah.
Well, like I'm going through, I found the Reddit post that you made about it, just like showing it off, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be Lud's favorite, like this has to be like a top pick, you know, and everyone's just like saying really nice shit about it, or like being like, oh yeah, Lud's ego is gonna have a fucking field day with this, and then like he just kind of ignored it. Not ignored it, but you just like kind of brush it off, and that's the weird thing to me.
Yeah, that I was confused by that. I was like, did I do something wrong? Did I make him feel like I invaded something? And I'm like, I didn't do anything.
No, you
to, like,
you did
like,
what you were asked to. You drew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
quick question, by the way. Is this the one that won? Hold on, it's loading.
Okay, there was 4 pieces that won.
I'll put it up.
6
I'll
pieces,
put
actually,
whatever
my
one
bad.
DC sends up on screen.
Hold on.
This is like Coots Ramen on it.
I can't remember. Hold on, art contest.
Because I just remember you said that he chose like one that had his cats with sushi over that, and like that's a good art piece, right?
No, that one did not. That was not what I was up against.
Okay.
It was.
That is incredible artwork, by the way.
Yeah,
It is good artwork. It's very good. Okay, hold on.
I think the thing under's better.
Shut the fuck up, Rowan. You're such a piece of shit. Rowan just has like nothing to say, so he's just gonna put memes.
Well,
Mate, I've been scrolling through memes for like 10
while
minutes.
we wait on that to see maybe, obviously
talk
I've
about
been
my
doing.
meme folder?
I'm sort of now known as the Lego German guy who looks like Jay Schlatt. So I've been trying so hard to get Germa to notice my shit. Like I always put my work in his Discord server, and it usually doesn't get removed.
Usually.
Yeah. But like I remember he was playing BeamNG, and I managed to actually bully him by saying Lego Hair Andy, and people in chat actually started like picking it up and started saying it as well, which was like crazy. I was like that's it, this is the moment. Someone's gonna say, has he seen the animation? And no, he made a Lego City joke, and then it just disappeared, and that really hurt.
I think if you want to get like
no idea,
if you want to get Twitch or streamers to like notice your art or like your fan art, I think you have to donate it. I think that's the only way to for sure get them to see it.
I've donated before, and he doesn't read chats or donors really. The way he reads chat is super random. It's just a game of luck.
Also, going back to Elm's thing for a second. That's it, Elm.
Yeah, that is the one. And I
okay,
mean, like,
it's good, but it's not as good as yours. I wouldn't say that. Like,
I think his reasoning for why this
I'm
one
not
should
gonna be
win
that guy
is weak.
Yeah. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's his contest. He gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Again,
exactly,
I don't think that it's very fair to have not in like either it's all you or it's all chat.
Yeah.
Or even better, it's all you or it's all chat, and then on the final round, you know what, like when shit is getting really tense, then it's you, because it is your art contest.
You do like a poll or something.
Yeah.
Just like have a poll up.
The thing that bothered me also more than anything else was that someone else had a piece that was very similar to mine, like in the concept of like making Ludwig look good and like, you know, making him look like a cool dude. But like it, like, you know, like it went ahead like two rounds. And because he thought, he was like, oh, it would be funny if I had an image of me that like looked like this, just like on my wall of like me looking like really cool. And I was just like thinking like, but my my anatomy was better. Like I thought I did a pretty good job. But And
Hold
it
on.
just made me.
Was he sitting in a chair in that one? The one you're talking about?
Yeah, I was sitting in a chair. Like all credit to the artist. It's good, but I don't think the anatomy in the legs is great. Like.
And like, look, at the end of the day, you're both artists who like did something really cool.
Yeah.
It's just like weird that he was like, this one. It's like, oh yeah, this one's good. I'm gonna keep this one, and then you just like kind of glossed over yours.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and it was just like a weird vibe.
Potentially, it can also like, it just like sort of gives a bad taste for future art contests, maybe. Like, it's disheartening. Yeah. But I mean,
I think if you start an art contest, you have to keep it in your mind that these are people who worked really hard and for a long ass time on all these pieces. You need to like make sure that you're being respectful about it.
I think that's why I've always preferred Germa. I saw a Germa clip the other day. He was giggling at the fact that like a fan who was like a trainee scientist had discovered a new pathogen that could like eat bacteria and named it after Germa, and he and then he took a moment like to stop giggling and was like, he wanted to just say like how crazy it is to him that like so many of his fans are like doctors and physicians and artists and like people that are just like as he deemed way more impressive than he is.
But I mean, the whole thing with that piece of artwork, though, I just want to like cap it off. Is basically I've just learned that like when it comes to like doing stuff like art contests, like especially with streamers, you like I know now that I should be much more expecting of maybe not my work going far because it looks good, and that like when it comes down to it, I'm gonna use that piece and probably expand upon it and make it better and use it for the purpose that I wanted to make it. Which is, the thing that you guys were talking about, like, donating to the stream and to, like, get them to see the video and everything. Like, that is part of my plan of sorts.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I was playing. I was trying to play the game with Germa. Like, I thought, like... And it's kind of absurd that, like, no one in the chat has sort of picked up on it. And all of my... Because I've also posted all of my Germa videos on the subreddit, and none of them have flopped. Ever. They always do really well in the subreddit. I actually just found your post, and like you have like 10 awards on the thing. There's like a lot of awards.
I know, right? And, like I thought I was gonna do well, but I don't know, like. And
then, but with mine, like 2 of my Germa videos, I think one of them at least has like 1 million views.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, Germa has not seen them. Which is okay.
Yeah.
And he does, like...
Yeah.
I'm not even really concerned about him, like, actively promoting them. Just the knowledge that he had seen them would be very nice for me.
Exactly. Yeah. That like, to know that you were seen, just like someone who comments, like, who's in chat, like, talking, and they're like, and they respond to them. Like, it's the same kind of vibe,
I just get aired by, like, every content creator that I try and, like, make a video based on. Like, Schlatt, I tried to get the guy who plays Homelander in The Boys to notice my animation, and it just got completely aired.
Trolled.
But, meh. Eventually...
It also is just kind of, like, a luck thing. Yeah. Especially, like, when you're just posting it on a public thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, I, like... look up all the time like the proper times to like post stuff, and I still don't know.
I try to do that too, but it's a thing where I just give up on it. I'm like, fuck it, it's kind of just a random thing at a certain point where it's like, yes,
I think I've got,
even if I post it at the right time, it's like I think a chance.
I don't like, I've struggled with that as well for a while. Like 1 a.m. like between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. was like the sweet spot to upload a video, which was great because my sleep schedule was all fucked up. So like I would be tired like just around then. So I would finish my work, upload the video, go to bed, wake up to a banger. That happened a lot.
Yeah.
And then in the sort of middle period when we were sort of beginning to promo watching pixels dry, actually, views got a little low and I got a little worried. And then I started putting them out at midday, and they've been doing just as well. So I don't know.
I just upload whenever. Really?
What, never?
I used to think that like it was a thing
Yeah,
where
I just said rarely.
like all of the things that popped off on my TikTok, like this is around time when I posted secret stuff. It was like at 6 a.m. because I literally just stayed up all night making it because I was fucking mentally ill and hyperactive. And I would just go to bed after that, and I'd wake up at like 5 o'clock in the middle of the day, and it would just be like 100,000 views, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then that just kept happening for a while, and I was like, okay, cool, this is the system I'll do. And then it just stops at a certain point. It just stops working.
You can never
like,
do the
what
same thing for
fuck?
too long on TikTok. Unless it's total shit.
Unless you just upload fucking movies. And shit,
Yeah,
and
movies
fine.
that you use an AI to describe. We've talked about that though.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, and it's a fucking pandemic.
What? Speaking of just crazy, ridiculous stuff just happening, have you guys ever checked out my YouTube channel? Because I have one video that popped off way too hard.
Oh really? I don't think I'm subscribed to
Yeah,
it on YouTube.
it's got 500,000 views.
Wait, what? My
Fuck?
the
Where I
Markiplier
got
meme.
most of my subscribers.
Yeah, that meme is fantastic.
Yeah.
Where a rock star or a Roxanne like runs into the the elevator door at high speed.
Yeah, like I saw
didn't
a
even
bunch
clock
of
that
people
was you when I saw it
doing
the first
animations. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
because it just seems like such a meme thing. And it's like, oh, I didn't expect Elmrealm to make something like that.
no, yeah,
I've seen that video.
I love
I've seen
editing.
that video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's really well made.
It is. It's a great. Okay, that makes sense. I get why that video popped.
No, yeah,
absolutely
like
off.
that popped off because it was like good, and I mean I saw a bunch of people like doing the animation of like what happened, but I was like, I want to see someone just edit the footage so that it looks exactly like how he just said it did.
Did you get the idea to do that from SpongeBob, by the way?
Oh yeah, well no, like he literally says in the video, like it's like because
in the original
didn't say
video
all
she
of that
clips
gibberish,
through,
but-
doesn't she?
Yeah, she just
Yeah,
clips through.
she clips right through it, and all I did was like I just took the image and just drew over it with like the proper color.
Yeah.
And I did it twice because the damn he has the blaster, so like it makes a little red. It makes it red. But yeah, like, and then I just like tracked it.
Holy shit! I thought you just edited out his face
Holy
cam
shit.
and just like changed the textures in the game and then just remade it. I thought that's what you did.
Nope, I did it the
Jesus.
hard way.
I've just clocked
Nice.
my mobile version as a YouTube short of the Super Mega clip that I made like 2 months ago has 26k views on YouTube Shorts. That's
Jesus.
mad. YouTube Shorts
It's
like
weird.
has actually helped me a lot. I've gained so many subscribers on YouTube from
It's
like
such a strange thing that you guys go between like a couple hundred views and then just like fucking 50k or some shit.
Yep.
it's scary. It's not very fun sometimes. It's fun when you get high views and it sucks when you get low views. Cause like,
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
your
don't.
especially when you think you've
Right.
cracked it and then it eats you alive. It's like no.
Rowan's
Hold that
cover
ego
yourself
back.
in oil video.
Like
Just
I saw
fucking
like a
stupid.
snippet of this. That I just love it.
Just, you didn't know how to make hands, so you just said fuck it.
Well, it's a stick
No,
figure.
it's a
It's a
stick
troll
figure.
face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fam, I got 4 dislikes on this because people thought I was trying to make pass it off as real.
It says animation in the
fuck's
brackets,
sake.
and it also says Rowenstein
does.
3D.
Yeah, no, it's-
You're gonna
it's,
have to leave that.
Have you guys ever seen the Overwatch? I've harnessed the harness.
Yeah.
Like oil. Hold on.
It's just the fucking monkey head. I forgot about that
Suzanne.
one.
It
Rowan.
is.
Where did the fucking name Suzanne come from for the monkey head?
I don't know. Fucking every time I do something about space or UFOs, I get disliked. Like I made this one. Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's a good
Oh
video.
yeah.
I got
Oh,
got
yeah.
8.
Yeah,
I got
the-
8 dislikes on this video because people thought I was trying to pass it off as real. 8. Like
Why do people get
Bruh.
mad when you try to pass it off as real? Like,
I don't even try.
He isn't even. It's
It
just some
says made in
CG,
Blender in the description.
It's just like Rowan recording outside of the house and then just putting a worm.
and it says. I
Rowan,
mean,
you
his
should
channel
start trying
name
to
is
make people
Rowan.
believe it.
Yeah, Rowan, you should start making hyper realistic stuff. Like actually try and convince people. Your planet shader,
Like,
literally just
start a new
film the
channel.
sky from
Make
your
an
window.
ARG.
What, like this?
No, okay.
'Cause I mean,
Rowan,
like,
we need to get
was it
back on
that
topic because
backrooms
I'm not
thing
putting
popped
all of
off?
these on screen.
You should.
Rowan, you should just make a fucking ARG. Just fuck it.
Is it?
Go for it. You
Should
just
I?
make a fucking like scary thing and just put these like realistic looking ass.
Oh, just make a scary thing. Just yeah.
You can fucking like that. You have worm that
Rowan,
worm
make
glass
a short
UFO
film about
one.
going outside. It'll be terrifying.
UFO glass. Oh,
No, that's the beautiful thing about like ARG channels. You can just make a bunch of like short, weird videos, and if they have like a kind of an overarching story, people are
I
gonna
used
fucking
to.
love it. You used
I
to?
used
What
to
do you
just.
mean?
I used to just put Suzanne in places like this.
I know, but just like not just putting Suzanne in places.
Like being a
mean,
little
just, like-
bit more creative than that.
Yeah.
Like Cursed Default Dance from 2 years ago.
That was cursed.
Rowan, you try to claim that you're not a fucking artist, by the way, and then you make a bunch of this shit, and you're like, oh, I'm not really an artist. Like, what the fuck do you mean? You're stupid. You're dumb.
True.
Oh, actually, you just mentioned the backrooms, and that reminded me of something I wanted to have a conversational rant about.
Oh, yeah.
What are the opinions on having monsters in the backrooms? Because I don't like it.
I
It
think
depends.
it can work, but not with everyone that they, like, made up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just giving too much like SCP. Especially like the colonies, I guess, make
Yeah.
sense, but I also think that the backrooms would be more terrifying if it was like you when you're in there, you lose the need to sort of eat, sleep, drink,
yeah.
any of that.
I like
All
that
you
bit.
can do is walk forever, pretty much. And you never
like
quite know
the-
if it's real or not. I think that's way more frightening.
The Pixel
Yeah, like-
Cane one, the first version of that,
Cane
where, like,
Pixels.
I like that monster.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like the Smilers. I feel like that's really reminiscent of the Stare and SCP.
It is.
So
And-
it's got to the point for me where it's kind of ruined, like, a little bit, because, like, the concept of not knowing is way more scary than, like, now
Yeah.
Like, oh, it has a
backstory
danger
and stuff,
level.
it's
You
kinda
know
like,
exactly what monsters are there.
It's like, well, your imaginations are way more effective at that than actually, like, just seeing it.
The whole point of liminal space is the lack of knowledge, but then they've added
Yeah.
knowledge on top of it, and it's like, oh, like level 7 is dangerous. You need to prepare. Prepare?
I think
What?
like the Cane Pixel one, I think that's why it works, is because the monster in that is just such a weird thing that you don't really know what it is. And also people found out that like it's talking in like a kind of like distorted English.
But also, Cane
It's
Pixel.
like, that adds a lot of
honestly, I would
creepy
love to get Cane on the
implications.
show. I actually think that would be so cool.
Oh yeah.
But
That would be
Cane
good.
Pixel.
We all use Blender.
Yeah, we are we
guess.
are all Blender users, I think.
I
But
think.
He really fucking kicked ass with that first video.
all of
though.
his videos are
Goddamn.
really good because he's not
I
following
tried.
the main lore.
I tried. I tried to recreate the backrooms, and the hardest part, surprising, was the lighting.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know how he
nailed
did
it.
that because
Absolutely
if you
nailed it.
just place like placing like lights around, like I don't know
Yeah.
how he's got that exact color. Like it looks really good.
Yeah, and
Every
just
time I try to do
Probably
it, it turns out green, and I don't know why.
all of his it's because you use color raw. It's like
It is.
But color raw is good.
it's not.
No.
But like it's just his post processing is really good.
Yeah.
And his camera effects are, and the camera movement is like so good.
Don't know how he did that.
Do you think he's doing a VR thing with that?
I think that it's probably a camera track.
Yeah, that's. But it's like, how do you get that good of a camera track? Like, how do you find the space to be able to do that?
just like a
camera track?
parking lot.
That's
I
probably
guess.
it, to be fair.
But also,
Um,
yeah,
Well,
you have to have
he
markers
doesn't move.
all over the place.
He doesn't
if you wanna
move.
do
It's
that.
not one continuous shot. Like
No, that's
each
true.
cut,
There's cuts.
You fucking.
So yeah, you just
I know,
go
but
out
there's
parking
still,
lot
like,
and get the shots. If you wrote it
Some of
well,
them
it'll
are
work.
pretty long shots that like are like continuous, just long shots.
Some of them
You
That's
could
the
probably
thing.
do it. You could probably do it like less, and then just like exaggerate the movements in 3D.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have
Maybe,
to actually
yeah.
walk that far.
Plus, there's also noise modifiers or stuff like that. Like, you can make it work.
We're getting off topic.
Me anyway. To go back to
No, we're not. We're
backrooms
still on
in
topic.
particular, like the actual topic of the backrooms. Me and Terry were talking earlier today about how I think that it would be much scarier if there was just like one monster that never really bothered you. It just sort of stared at you from a fixed distance and just followed you forever while
He's
you
always in the corner
always
of your
in the
eye.
corner of your eye, always hiding around a
that
corner.
shit.
It's never gonna hurt you, but you never know. It might one day.
But yeah, you don't know that.
I don't like that because it's just like if it's not going to hurt you,
Yeah,
then
but you don't know.
learn that
No,
If
no,
you're
eventually.
also
you
in a
don't
space
know.
where
You
you
don't
don't
know
even
that
know
stuff.
if it's real, because you don't need to eat, drink, or sleep. You're just walking around
But
with
I
something
love-
out of the corner of your eye, and you're always like, "Will I
It gets to a
wake
certain
up?"
point though. It gets to a certain point though where like you're just in there for so long. It's like, yeah, no, I'm used to it. I'm not going to get
And
scared.
then you
by that
happen
thing.
to clip into a new level.
I find it much
Yeah.
more scary whenever something's just completely unpredictable. And like it's doing
like
things that
you-
like you thought was impossible for it to
Well-
do at a certain point.
Well, I raise
And
you
then,
the
like-
counter argument with the modern backrooms movement as well. If we're talking about predictable, you should not be able to get there on purpose.
Yeah.
I think that's stupid. Like,
Oh, yeah,
aim
that-
aim for a dark corner or a place with strong electricity, or fall down the
They have,
stairs.
Or, like, what about the ones
have
where it's like
penises.
dudes testing it out and like they've like forced a door
yeah.
to be in the back rooms?
Have
Well,
you guys
I
seen
like
the
the
comedy
simplest-
ones
In
though?
Pin Pixels, he's making that work because he
Yeah.
has his own lore to it, and the way
There's,
the
like, a
way
whole
he's planned it
machine
out
and
looks
shit.
like it's rather convincing. Like I feel like
Yeah.
if a bunch of American
But-
scientists found that, they would try and commercialize it.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the this video that I put in here. This specific game, the Backrooms 1998.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does what it meets both you guys in the middle with the kind of concepts, because what I'm getting from it is that there is no entities in the back room that are like, you know, a part of the back rooms.
Yeah.
Like it's people that's been there for so long that
Oh.
they've just morphed into something else.
That's cool.
Oh.
What I like to think about the backrooms is that, like, this is my own little headcanon I have for it. It's probably going to be in things that I write with backrooms later.
Mhm.
I like to think that it's just like the fucking like, what's the word? Like, you know how in like Bethesda games they have like a dev room where it's just like a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that's like completely separated. I like to think of it like that, where it just holds like all the assets for everything in
The
existence
assets.
there, like everything, you know, like all like your body and shit like that, you know, all that shit. And so there's places like I've thought of concepts where there's just like a fucking giant like infinite hallway where it's just like people's bodies T-posed and like they're dead. And like they're just like on a wall, like in racks and shit like that, and they're just like T-posed. And like that's why because like there's such a variety of backrooms areas these days
I think the
that
sorry, go on.
like I feel like that it kind of works. My interpretation of it works like with that, you know.
Yeah.
Like everything.
That reminds me of the Solar Sands monumentality video.
Oh yeah.
It's like megalophobia shares a lot of traits, I think, with the backrooms, just in a horizontal sense more than a
Yeah.
sort of vertical sense. Like
It's like the fear of getting trapped in a labyrinth.
I think that's the most that's always been the most frightening, but also equally calming thing about the backrooms. I just don't like the idea of knowing that there's monsters. I think that's the problem. Because
Yeah.
I like the idea that you'd like when you get into the backrooms, you don't know anything about it. Why would you?
Yeah.
Even if
And
you
that's the
met
thing, like that's
colonies.
with my interpretation of it, that's why, because it's like you end up in a place and you're seeing like people you know on these racks just T-pose in like a way that you've never seen them before. That's such like a weird and unexplainable thing that I find it to be just like completely confusing if you just stumbled upon that. And like the monsters, I really like. That's why I really like the Kane Pixel ones, is because they're just jumbled messes of things that are kind of talking and kind of like when you look at the video and like you try to study the way the monsters look, they vaguely look like they're just people who have been like fucking morphed beyond
Yeah.
comprehension.
They look like trolls. They look like
they do a bit
all those
like
guys.
they do look a little bit like trolls.
I hate you, Ron.
But
Fucking shut up.
I also just like the idea of like wandering endlessly. That's why I liked the incorporation of like the multiple levels. That always sort of made sense.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's just the one level, meh. But like,
I don't know if I like it being referred to as levels, though. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, I think, yeah, because it implies
Planes.
progression. I think it
I
just
prefer to think of it as like a 4D thing, which that's something else I could talk about. Like, you know how the fucking Tesseract is usually used as like a way to demonstrate 4D shit,
yeah,
and it's not right. That's not right at all.
no,
4D is basically just like if you have a cube and that cube is hollow on one side, and there's like a 3D space in there and it has a bunch of shit in it, and then you go to the next side and it also looks like it's hollow and it has a completely different 3D space in it.
yeah,
So it's just 3D areas taking up the same exact space, the same exact 4-dimensional space. That's kind of more what 4D is, and so it's just all of these levels are just kind of different planes on top of each other. I feel like that's a more accurate way to think of the backrooms. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
that does.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Does that make sense? He says it's not real.
Anyway.
Of course, it doesn't make sense.
That being
Well, no,
said,
because that's 4D. That's how
do we-
4-dimensional physics works.
do we have a
idiot.
favorite level of the backrooms?
69.
I mean, I just learned about Level Kitty, and that sounds kind of fun.
Level
I
level
don't know
10
the
is my
levels.
favorite. Fields of Wheat. I just
I
like
don't
the
know.
visual image of it.
I have to look
What's
through.
the one where you're blind?
Level 6.
All of them if you press.
Level
in
6 lights
There's-
out. It's, I think.
There's the one that I made that like is kind of based on an existential like fit I had when I went to get an MRI. I went to get an MRI and they put you in a tube, you know, and then like it's a very cramped tube. And I don't have claustrophobia, but my brain decided to fuck with me in such a way that made me fucking almost have a panic attack. My brain just had the thought, what if you're now just like in an infinite MRI tube and you have to crawl miles like this?
Oh my
no.
god, that's horrible.
And I just had the fucking, because it went on for like 30 minutes. That's how long an MRI takes.
Oh.
And so I'm sitting in this tube being like, that's not what's happening.
Oh my god.
I need to
it's
calm
like
the fuck down.
Shawshank. Jesus.
But I'm just panicking to myself, like, I cannot turn myself over and crawl through this thing. I would just have to kick myself and slide my back through miles of this. And it like
Nuclear
had
unlocked.
me, I was just like panicking to myself the entire fucking time, like, oh my god, what if that's what's happening? It's literally like, it's setting off my anxiety right now thinking about it, because I hate
Yeah,
it.
that's freaky.
Yeah, no, that's
You got
awesome
some
too.
claustrophobia and taking it.
Oh,
Literally so
it's
much
like
of my
the-
music
the-
taste now is like backrooms, like drifty music, because I like going to sleep to it and hoping that one day I'll fucking actually have a dream where I just wander
What?
around in the backrooms. I love that
Psychotic
shit.
fuck.
See,
what would you do though
Wander
if you were caught in
around.
that like situation? No, like if you're caught in that situation where like you're in the MRI infinite tube
I'd
and you
probably
have to just
freak out
crawl
like
through
you.
it. I think I would just find the quickest way to kill myself at that point. I don't think I would try to escape. I would just be like, no, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done.
I can't.
I would eat a magnet
Oh, I
before I
made-
went in.
I made an entire like post about that on the Backrooms Reddit, and people liked it. They were like, "Holy Jesus, fuck! This set off so much shit in me. I hate it."
Yeah.
Because it's such like a visceral thing to just be caught in a super tight space for miles on end. That's such like a
On your
terrifying
back.
human
Oh,
thought to
on your
have.
back as well, like even weaker than than like.
And there's water filling up.
You can't.
And
run
if you
around.
try to roll over, you could just get stuck and end up
Yep.
clogging it for someone else.
Yep.
You hear something getting closer from your feet.
You just hear the fucking MRI machines, and they're loud. You have to put in earplugs whenever you go inside those things. So it's just deafening you while you're trying to go through. I hate this. I fucking hate this.
makes me
I
crazy.
set off my own anxiety and I fucking despise it. Ah! By the way, we're at hour 15.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if,
I'm,
if
like,
there's anything else
lightheaded.
that's like to be addressed.
Do you want to know about my meme folder?
No.
No.
I mean, I wanted to bring it down a little bit so that everyone's not having a mild panic attack.
Yeah, we should probably lighten the mood a tiny bit just before we finish
Let's
off.
keep
I kind of
panicking.
wanted to just talk about like the lighter side for a hot second of like liminal spaces.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just because me in general, I kind of find liminal spaces to be like a much more enjoyable kind of thing. As weird as that may sound.
I think it's literally just an anxiety thing.
If I got trapped in the backrooms, but it was just liminal spaces, like no danger, I would be chilling like a villain. I would be.
It's just like being in a grocery store completely alone. It's like that's a comforting thought to me.
It's like a fun kind of feeling of like, ooh, I'm just by myself in this open space.
In this
that's
weird,
not at all empty.
weirdly
it's
pink
great.
lighting mall, or like just some I love liminal spaces.
Like, did you, like, when you went to school, did like another grade or something go to like a field trip, and you went down the hallway while they were on that field trip, and just all the school is empty, and it's like, oh, this is nice. I like this.
Or like the middle school half of the school is no longer being used, and you ended up in there, and you're like, oh.
And it's like, oh, I like this. Rowan, you're just bored, so you're just making dolly shit.
No, I would never.
I've been a big fan of liminal space images for like a really long time. I've actually like took a few myself. Me and my friends have gone out quite a few times and tried to like take liminal space photography.
Your desk is fucking liminal. I couldn't tell what the fuck.
No, my desk is impossible. But yeah, I truly do find it calming, and I wonder why it resonates so much with younger people like us. Cause
I think it's literally just because like the early 2000s.
But like our parents lived through that too.
Not really. Like the early 2000s
but we don't
was...
get that now. Like
the early 2000s was such
it's all lost. I think that's the thing. Like,
because it was just like we had new technology, right? But all of the like consumer version of that new technology were all like dog shit and very poorly put together. Like, think about the first flat screen, right?
Yeah.
It was still, like, super fucking thick and just, like, stupid small and kind of shitty. But everyone wanted it because it was like, oh, that's the future. And it's just like that thing of, like, you're a kid and you're thinking this is how things are going to be in the future, and then it's just not at all like that. It's, like, way better and different.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Would you shut the fuck up, Rowan? I hate you.
I mean, my Twitch Be Right Back screens are inspired by liminal spaces in the back rooms, like, very heavily. And, it's cool stuff. And, on the horror side, I would like to hope that maybe some of the children that are, for whatever reason, in charge of writing the lore maybe, like, back off a little. Or get better.
Rowan...
But...
Hold on, Rowan, Rowan, you can get involved in this conversation. You don't have to just sit there and be on Dolly and do nothing.
I don't research.
Neither do we. We just fucking...
We don't research it either. We're just talking about it.
Wait to cut this part out.
No, don't cut this part out. Fucking leave it in, because that's all he's been doing for like the past hour. And he's just
memes so much.
I have.
And just not listening or adding anything to the actual conversation.
Mate,
God damn it.
I keep trying, but you keep talking.
Then talk.
Well, then speak again.
True.
Anyway.
So is that it? You're just not gonna... Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, fun.
So
I forgot what you were talking about. Huh?
How are you?
Yeah, Ron, tell us about your day before we wrap up. How about that?
As shit. Very, very cool day. I baked alive.
Elaborate?
I'm in it. I've fucking got a problem here. I need to do renders that take like 3 days each, and there's a heat wave at the moment, so it's like a nuclear reactor going off inside an oven, and I'm trying to sleep in it. You know, I'm fucking dying.
Do you not know how to conversate, Rowan? Is that just your issue?
No, it is.
Just
big
fucking,
skill issue.
You just say things and
the
you're
ideal
like, yeah,
podcast co-host.
The ideal podcast co-host.
That's why there's 4 of us, in case like just any of us don't want to talk. But Rowan just never wants to speak unless he's talking about head-ass
when
shit.
the conversation's about something I know shit about.
Then Rowan, bring up a conversation you do want to talk about and something you do want to discuss. That's how this works.
They're not safe for work. You can't put what I talk about on the podcast.
Oh my god, bro.
You would get banned.
And this is why we never talk about things you know about, because you just talk about VR porn and your fucking memes and your fuck shit.
Okay, next week we're gonna talk about all of the James Webb Telescope images that are going to be out.
Oh,
And
I like
that'll be
stuff.
something we can talk about. But
Good, Ron. Maybe you'll talk about it next week.
I think we're at 1 hour 20 on the recording session now. So
Yes.
Yep.
go to Elm's TikTok page, support Encanted, very funny webcomic, and just support Elm in general. And Elm will be leaving the static now. Elm, this is gonna hurt.
Get out.
That works.
Okay.
And everyone listening, thank you for watching.